The book is called Instruments of Darkness. It's published by Headline Review. I'm the author, and my name is Imogen Robertson. Well, the book is a historical murder mystery suspense story set in 1780. My lead character is an anatomist called Gabriel Crowther, who gets involved in a murder mystery. He's dragged into it by a local landowner called Harriet Westerman, who discovers a body on the edges of her lands and wants to find out exactly what's going on and how it got there. I hope the book is aimed at everybody who really enjoys a good story. My aim is to entertain the reader, and obviously you make them think, surprise them, but just to deliver a really good adventure, a really good read. My lead character is an anatomist called Gabriel Crowther. So he is a man of independent means who is living in seclusion in a small town village in Sussex. And he's spending his days really investigating how the body works. He's sitting in his study by candlelight, sort of picking apart the sort of small vessels of life and seeing how we all work. His life is rather disrupted by the arrival of Harriet Westerman, who is a local landowner. Her husband is a successful naval commander and is away sort of defending the empire at this time. And she spends her time sort of running her estate at Caverley. And on one of her morning walks, she finds herself almost literally tripping over a dead body on the edge of her grounds. And she has reasons to suspect that this body might be connected with the grand family of Thornley Hall, which is the neighbouring estate to hers, a much grander and more powerful estate, but one that she suspects of all sorts of wrongdoings, sort of in both currently and in the past. My friends at Headline have very generously described the book as a combination of Daphne du Maurier meets CSI, which is a comparison I am extremely happy with. I love Daphne du Maurier's writing. I think it's psychologically rich, it's full of interesting period detail, and it delivers really strong characters with an excellent narrative drive. The CSI element is, of course, my lead character being an anatomist. He's beginning forensic science in these stories. He's looking at the bodies of the victims and trying to use them to tell the story of what might have happened in a time when policing, as we understand it, was just really non-existent. Instruments of Darkness is my first novel. Up until this point, I've been a TV director, largely specialising in children's programmes. So, you know, lots of children's and animals, quite a long way distance from sort of 18th century murder mysteries, but there you go, little variety, never hurt anyone. I was very lucky in 2007. I entered the Daily Telegraph's competition for the first 1,000 words of a novel. And it was just at the time when I'd got maybe 40,000 words into Instruments of Darkness and then really decided I was going wrong and I really needed to start again. So I took that competition as an impetus to restart and develop a secondary narrative, which I think the story really needed. And then was lucky enough to be chosen as one of the 5 winners of that competition. And that gave me the boost to think, well, okay, maybe we can actually try this. Maybe this is something that's worth taking a shot at. Luckily enough, because I was a freelance TV director, I didn't have to do anything as dramatic as giving up my job. I just had to not answer the phone for a while, and that gave me the time to write, which I then did. So I spent the rest of 2007 writing the book. Then, at the beginning of 2008, found myself an agent, and then my agent, a very lovely woman, found me a publisher. So it's been a bit of a dream story and very much a dream come true to actually now sort of hold the actual book in my hands. It seems nothing less than miraculous. I'm sure any first-time author would tell you that. What comes next, I hope, is another book with Harriet and Crowther again as the lead characters. I have fallen in love with them and fallen very much in love with the period. And throughout writing the first book, in my researches, I was constantly coming across other things, other stories, other beginnings of stories that I really wanted to explore and enjoy. Headline have been good enough to say that they'd like to see that and hopefully publish another one. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm finishing off my second manuscript and hopefully that'll be published in 2010.